that the goalkeepers had to endure. I know from past experiences that even 24, 48 hours can make a huge difference if you're fighting to be fit. And 5 days, well, that's an awful long time. You can do an awful lot of treatment in 5 days.
Maybe wishful thinking from the Celtic followers who, with all respect to Theo Snelders, who's a fine goalkeeper, would have played tonight if Gorham hadn't passed himself fit. But Celtic have seen too much of Gorham, they feel. And he's here at the moment. He's kept them out for half an hour. Advantage played for Di Canio. McNamara, but Van Hooijdonk was waiting in the centre, not towards the far post. Cleland pressed by Donnelly, drops for Boyd. Todd, caught by Moore, free kick to Celtic. Craig Moore, the Australian.
Just he's a fraction late here. He makes an honest attempt, I think, to get the ball, but Tom was just a fraction too quick for him.
Now, what can Celtic make of this situation? Three over the ball. Tom, Van Hooijdonk and Di Canio.
Well, it's ambitious if Van Hooijdonk's going to try it from there. If he puts this in from there, that will be something special.
That's what he's trying to do. And Andy Gorham knew exactly where it was going, and it wasn't going to disconcert him.
I'm a little surprised that Van Hooijdonk would be tempted away out there, Martin. I mean, the ball's that wide. I would have thought, get in the middle. 6'3", 4. We'll get someone to deliver it. You go and power your way in with a header. What was interesting was the action areas a moment ago. Now Celtic have really dominated that. Pressed and pressed and pressed. But, as I said, 15, 20 minutes ago, possession is one thing and pressure is one thing. It's goals that win football matches.
Laudrup, who went weak-kneed for a second, and soon recovered his strength. This is Cleland, and the goalkeeper could have been left high and dry there.
Well, I think Alan Stubbs made the right decision to eventually get across here, because I think the goalkeeper would have been high and dry. I don't think he would have got to Cleland. I think Cleland would have nicked this past Stuart Kerr. I think he's happy to see his skipper come across and sweep up.
Jörg Alberts will take the corner. Goff hoping to deal with it, but Boyd beat him to it. Rangers will try again from the left this time. Plenty of height on the Rangers side. And beating the ground in frustration with Petric. He's just nipped away from him. But he can stay forward because Rangers have now got a free kick. Gascoigne saying, leave it to me. But Alberts also wants to be involved.
He'll be shattered, Alberts, if he's not careful. Corner from the right, corner from the left, free kick from the right. He's taking them all.
Out by Van Hooijdonk. Celtic have pulled everyone back. Donnelly trying to get to Robertson. Seen well by Stubbs, who was prepared to have a look as the ball was dropping just to see where he could steer it to get Celtic going forward. There's Jackie McNamara, whose father used to play for Celtic and was never on the winning side against Rangers. That was 20 years ago, and it's a similar story so far for Jackie Jr. Di Canio. Well, really, if Rangers pin their hopes on Laudrup, Di Canio offers the same sort of optimism for Celtic, but Laudrup and Rangers leading the way with 10 minutes to go to half-time. Robertson. Now Stubbs. In this difficult period that Rangers have been enduring over their last 6 weeks or so, particularly in Europe, of course. They haven't had the best of fortunes with injury. Stuart McCall missing, Gordon Jury, Alan McLaren. Owen Durant's also had a knee problem diagnosed this week. Well, it's so many matches to bring you on Sky Sports over the next few days. A bit of a Rangers-Celtic feeling tomorrow night with Anton Rogan playing for Millwall, Jimmy Nicholl, the manager of Millwall. First round of the FA Cup at Woking. So, very much in the high ranks of the non-league scene. For you tomorrow night. Hoydonk letting it run, maybe on a call from Donnelly. It's another free kick, but I think that spell of hot temper which brought a succession of bookings has just eased a little bit. So Richard Goff will take the free kick. Amara pushed back by Robertson. He seemed to get the last touch then. And it is a Celtic throw. Goff. Gascoigne. It's McInnes. In Celtic's last 50 league games, they've lost only twice, both to Rangers. And that shows how failure in the Old Firm matches can mean the difference between being champions and also Rams.
And that's not the kind of ball that they're going to be playing. They've got to be patient. I know it's difficult. The fans want them to go forward. But that kind of straight ball marking that they play is food and drink for the likes of Goff, Petric and Bjorkgren, but it needs to be better than that.
Rangers defending well forward with Gascoigne's chasing. McNamara and Hoydonk the target. Trying to sweep it wide for Vitos, but got there. Donnelly keeping the shape on the right-hand side. Grant. Rangers have got plenty of players back. Tom. Donnelly coming in from his birthright on the right. And Hoydonk feeling the challenge in his back, but the referee spotting nothing untoward. And Celtic have to start all over again. But hang on, they've given the ball to Laudrup, and Rangers are in again. And Laudrup denied by Kerr this time. Well played, the young goalkeeper. That could be a priceless save for Celtic.
Well, that's kept Celtic in the football match. It's as simple as this. And you'd have put your money on Laudrup to score there, having done so earlier on.
Here's Di Canio. Well found by Van Hooijdonk and Di Canio. But almost more suicidal work from Celtic.
It just shows that at the very highest level how you just can't, especially particularly defending, make mistakes.
This is Vitos. McNamara. Now Donnelly. Celtic trying to be patient, difficult with the fans baying for an equaliser. McNamara looking for a little hole to try and explore there. And Hoydonk suddenly headed it straight at Alberts. And it was a ball onto the right-hand side that Alberts didn't see to Moore, but Laudrup takes it up now, and there are problems for Celtic again. He's got two to the right. This is Cleland. Moore's in the centre, back for Laudrup again. That's Alberts trying to convert the cross.
Well, back Donnelly, I tell you, Simon Donnelly made so much ground. And that's a great example of a wide man getting back, because he felt sure Alberts was just going to tuck it away. And now Donnelly's at the other end.
And he's got Tom to help him. Still Andy Tom. Well, the game got spread then, but Rangers have recovered. And this after Laudrup from that wasteful attempted pass from Boyd, I think it was, but it was taken up by Laudrup.
Good goalkeeping. He stood, he never committed himself early. Young Stuart Carey really stood his ground.
Hooked away by Moore. All Celtic get is a throw. Grant. Oh, it was a bit tight there to give the ball back to Boyd. Boyd's long throw. And bit of jostling there around O'Neill.
Free kick certainly given against O'Neill. He's not happy with it, but as it comes in, you see, I think they're both at it, you can see, but unfortunately for O'Neill, the referee doesn't see Petrich's little tug on his shirt. It's something that goes on so often in the 18-yard box these days.
One of the defenders stripped to the trade, and Petrich made it work for him, and Rangers done. Stubbs played it, he knew there wasn't enough on the pass. Just a bit obvious at times, Celtic.
I think that's the one thing that Tommy Burns in a couple of minutes' time will be saying to his players. We're at home, but they really, although they've enjoyed huge possession and pressure, apart from that one real set piece from Van Hooijdonk, they've not really made Andy Gorham work enough. You would expect them to be making saves, well, certainly more than the couple he's made.
Maybe there's work for Gorham coming up here. This is Di Canio. He's done well to get it back from Moore. Still the Italian. Di Canio, oh, and the Vicos was taken a bit by surprise. They expected Di Canio to shoot.
I think everyone did. He did ever so well, not only to win it back when he'd lost it, but to cut in. Feint a couple of times with the shot. That's a wonderful reverse pass. And if Vicos had been coming the other way, or going the other way rather than coming out, then it might well have had a different result. Lovely football from Di Canio. Quite amazing, Mark, because this is the kind of half where if you eliminate Brian O'Neill's mistake, Tommy Burns would be going in at half-time thinking, yeah, we've played well, we've really put them to the task, we haven't quite got the goal, lads, but keep it going. But instead he's standing there thinking 1-0, how do we get back into the game, what can I do, what can my players do?
And of course he's got Georges Cadet on the bench, who was certainly amongst the goals when he picked up that injury, a hamstring in Hamburg back in September. Here is O'Neill. Tom. O'Neill. Well, for the losers, it's a dog's life until the next derby comes around. And Rangers at the moment hoping to get to the halfway mark in the winning situation as Hooydonk tries to get to the post. Petric defends well. Grant. Van Hooydonk has got long legs, but not long enough. He's going to now pick up a problem for colliding with Gorham.
Well, the ball was just played gently back in, and as they both go for it, Gorham comes out, the arms are out. I mean, I think it's a token gesture, I have to say. I think he's a little unlucky that that's a yellow card. I didn't think it was an elbow. I didn't think it was a great deal of intent from Pierre Van Hooydonk. It was a gesture more than anything. The arms went up, I think, half to protect himself from Andy Gorham, who was coming out.
Well, there's no denying the determination that Celtic are showing to try and repair the damage, but the tally of yellow cards is certainly rising. Darren Andy Gorham is astute enough to stay down for long enough. Tom. Into the third minute of time added on at the end of the first half. And that's where Hugh Dallas draws it to a close. The goal came in the 8th minute, and it came to Rangers. Brian O'Neill had lost it, and Brian Laudrup really cashed in with all his quality. And so Celtic, coming in as league leaders, playing catch-up football in this game and hoping that they won't be playing catch-up football in the championship race again. They trail on their own ground at half-time by 1-0.
Littlewoods, supporters of Scottish football.
The Highlanders were looking for a fair deal.
Best be no skullduggery here.
Instead, they got injustice from rich men.
You owe me.
I owe you money, nothing more.
Now an honourable clansman is forced
I am from the bridge.
to turn his people into heroes.
We will avenge you.
And himself into a legend.
This is Robert Roy McGregor. I will have justice. No quarter will be asked. All given. I will kill you, McGregor.
Jessica Lange and Liam Neeson, Rob Roy, premieres Saturday at 10 on the Movie Channel.
Rob Roy, one of 40 television premieres this month on Sky's 3 movie channels.
Call 0990 10 20 30 and we'll switch you on.
The best Irish album in the world, ever. 38 of the finest tunes, with beautiful ballads and haunting melodies. The heart and soul of Irish music. The best Irish album in the world, ever.
It's deep down there. You can sense it. It'll beat the cold. From the makers of the world's most advanced engine oil comes an even more advanced engine oil. It'll stand the heat. It's with you wherever you go. You can feel it. New Mobil 1 0W40. It will protect your car. And it will protect you. Mobil 1. Feel the difference.
In all the years he's been coming here, my granddad's never won a prize at talent night. Like the Murphys, he's not bitter.
Thanks to a widget, you can now get Murphy's Draft in bottles.
Don't waste money on a powerful car stereo. Simply secure a colleague in the back of your vehicle and get him to purposefully thump the inside. This This money-saving tip was brought to you by McDonald's, where a hamburger and a cheeseburger will cost you just 59p and 69p.
Brill Cream shampoo, specially for men, you say? Men? Well, I suppose men are different to women, aren't they? And it's got protein. That's good. You know, our Carl was brought up on a very healthy diet. Come on, Jimmy. Come on. Well, it's handy this shampoo's soap-free, because he hated bath time. Bless him.
New Brill Cream shampoo, made for men.
What is it that people like about BT's Friends and Family?
You're just getting 10% off the 5 numbers that you've chosen.
You can speak more for less. I use it to the mobile phone. It's a big saving to me.
Very easy to join. I phoned a free phone number.
You can save 10% with BT's Friends and Family. Call 0800 05 55 55.
Every time you use one of the numbers, you're saving.
I don't have to think how long I've been on a call.
I keep phoning my boyfriend who's in Greece. We keep the whole relationship over the phone.
It's good to talk.
Littlewoods, supporters of Scottish football.
Looking ahead to next Sunday, Super Sunday at 3 on Sky Sports 1 in the English Premiership. Derby County against Middlesbrough from the baseball ground. Tonight we're at Celtic Park. It's the old firm, Celtic against Rangers, and it's half-time. Rangers in front by 1-0. 4 attempts on goal per side, but Rangers have been on target with all 4 of them. Celtic have forced the majority of the corners so far. High foul count in the first half for Celtic. And Celtic with 4 men booked. Boyd, Di Canio, Stubbs and Van Hooijdonk. McInnes of Rangers also booked. And 4 of those 5 bookings coming in one 7-minute spell in the first half. Celtic have dominated territorially and with possession. But Rangers have the lead. With me watching it, Mick McCarthy, former Celtic player, now the Republic of Ireland boss, and former Rangers star Gordon Smith. Gordon, do Rangers deserve the lead?
To be honest with you, Paul, it's like watching a familiar movie. The Rangers-Celtic games of recent seasons have been exactly like this. Rangers sitting back, soaking up the pressure, hitting Celtic on the break, and that's, you know, you can look at the statistics and say Celtic have got more pressure, more of the ball, but the goal attempts prove it. 4 on target, and they've been catching Celtic out once again.
Make the early goal for Rangers the result of a defender's mistake. As a former defender yourself, what goes on here?
Well, Brian, there'll be nobody more disappointed than Brian O'Neill here. I was just saying to Gordon, there's a school of thought, certainly in my position, I would have just turned them. I was just gone, and once you let the ball bounce as a defender, right, I was a bit disappointed with Stubbs, actually. He's actually let Brian Laudrup run at him and open the goal up. For me, all right, he's made his mistake here. For me, I think Stubbs should be showing him down on his left foot. He's got to show him down there on his left-hand side. Laudrup's done it particularly well, but he's letting him open the goal up.
World-class finish, Gordon?
Superb finish. Laudrup's a great player. We've seen it already tonight. He's playing a lone furrow himself, but every time he gets the ball, it spells danger for Celtic, and that's a good finish at that early stage of the game, before the young keepers even had a chance to touch the ball, settle himself in the match. He's having to pick it out of the net.
Dream start then for Rangers. It took Celtic an awful long time for them to work Andy Gorham in goal.
Yeah, Van Hooijdonk's particularly good with free kicks. Andy Gorham, I think he was just concerned with getting a lot of power and getting that away, rather than trying to catch it. It's one that you could say he probably could have caught it, but the one thing you don't want to do is leave it for defenders, for strikers coming in. So Gorham's just decided to punch that away, get it out of the way, like continental goalkeepers do nowadays.
Gorham got a fine block on the free kick, Mick, but was this an even better piece of goalkeeping for you immediately afterwards?
I think it was. I think it just shows his experience and his class here. He stands up long enough and he reads it. But when you see on slow motion from a different angle, you wonder, could Donnelly have actually waited for him to go down and put it across him? It's good, great goalkeeping.
That's where Gorham's particularly good. Watch him read this.
He's actually
anticipating the cross and comes out. We saw also the one he went down at the little reverse pass from Di Canio when V-Cross was through. Yeah. He saw the pass coming. He was like a defender getting out there. He down blocked it. Tremendous goalkeeping.
One vastly experienced man in goal for Rangers and a rookie, almost a rookie, at the other end. But Stuart Kerr came up with a big save here near the finish of this first half.
This is brilliant. Actually, the two defenders are very wide apart there, and Brian Laudrup's done a great job getting in between them. But again, here he is. He's stood up. He's held his ground. He's made a great save. You see Gascoigne's playing hell up with Laudrup because he could have squared it to him. Terrific serve.
Yeah, it's just the pace allowed him again. The pace is phenomenal, but I was pleased for the young keeper here. He needed this. This has probably settled down greatly. It's a very, very good reaction save.
Hasn't touched the ball much in the first half, has he?
No, it's very little to do. I mean, it has been all Celtic, but as I said before, we've seen that pattern before, Celtic on top, and then they get caught in the break. It's happened the last
That makes
few
it
games.
hard as well, you know, as a keeper, or as a defender even, when you haven't got the ball. You need to be involved as a defender or a keeper, so it's a great save.
Mick, how does Celtic get back in this second half?
Well, I was watching the first half then. I kept saying they were getting 2v1 down the outside because the two lads were Gascoigne and whatever the lad's name is playing up front on the side of Laudrup. They're not particularly stopping the fullbacks getting forward, and they were getting 2v1 on their wing backs, and they're having a bit of joy. And I think if they can continue doing that, they will get a bit of joy out of it.
Gordon, is there any likelihood that Tommy Burns will make a change, do you feel?
It might be a bit early in the game to do that because of it so much of the play, but I think Cadet will appear at some stage. He's not played for quite some time, he's had injury problems, but he's such a good striker that they want to get him on there.
One thought finally about Rangers. We mentioned off camera that it's a new system for them. Do you feel it works in a game like this?
Well, they've played that way before, not quite the same as this. They played against Ajax with no strikers, and they're doing it again tonight, and they haven't played that way against Celtic before.
Well, it's working to this point. Rangers in front at half-time. Celtic with 45 minutes to come back. Can they protect their perfect home record? We shall see after this.
Littlewoods, supporters of Scottish football.
You have 5 seconds. 1, 2, 4. What the hell happened to 3?
Charlie Sheen and Nastasia Kinski. Terminal Velocity, Sunday at 8, Sky Movies.
I've got a couple of presents in here for you. This is for you, Rob. I got that from the Australian outback. That's a bird apple. There you go, Kenny. From New York. Terry, that's come all the way from Brazil, man.
It isn't the World Cup, is it?
Yeah, darling. From Russia with love. Cheers. Cheers. Well, I couldn't think of anything else you'd like.
AA Patrols fix more cars than anyone else. Join this winter. Call free on 0800 444 999.
With the key of science, he's unlocked the gates of hell. Marlon Brando, Val Kilmer, The Island of Dr. Moreau.
でお子さんたち新しいコンピューター気に入ったの？
それがまだ立ち上げてないんだ。何しろ僕は不器用なもんでね。
うちじゃアクティバがみんなに大人気。IBM のホームコンピューター、CD ラムがついてて、トップトップいっぱいあるし、箱から出してすぐ使えるようになってるんですよ。
2人でもセットアップできるってわけ？
腕はいらないのよ。
Paragon's book of Premier League superstars is a very high-quality hardback, but it comes at the unbelievable price of $4.99.
Paragon, unbelievable.
The very best of the fine young cannibals. Their 14 finest tracks on one classic album, including the latest hit, The Flame. Fine young cannibals, the finest.
Peugeot, the drive of your life.
It's action all the way in December, live on Sky Sports. In football, it's a month packed with top games, and we bring you the very best, like Newcastle versus Liverpool. There's Planet Football, 20 hours of non-stop action, including live Football League and Premiership games. It's the 5th round of Rugby Union's Pilkington Cup, and in ice hockey, we bring you the B&H Cup final. There's international cricket with coverage of England's tour of Zimbabwe, and from the world of darts, it's the WDC World Championship. Just some of the highlights for December on Sky Sports.
Littlewoods, supporters of Scottish football.
Sevilla against Real Madrid in the Spanish League, Sunday at 6:30 on Sky Sports 1. We're at half-time here at Celtic Park. The big old firm derby. Rangers just shading it so far. Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Thanks, Paul. Celtic faced with a familiar puzzle to try and solve. With Brian Laudrup's goal allowing Rangers to lead the way and maybe by the end of the evening lead the table again. But Celtic will be reminded, I'm sure, at half-time that a draw would not be the worst result for them. It would keep them on top of their great rivals by this slender margin of just 1 goal. Level on points and goal difference, except to that point of 1 goal. Rangers scoring in the 8th minute, and they've had to do a lot of defending in the last third without really being opened up very much, Andy.
Yeah, I think that's fair, Mark, when you consider how little work that Andy Gordon's had to do in his return to the game. And that'll be the one thing that they'll have concentrated on at half-time, I think. Make the goalkeeper work a little bit more. And there's an awful lot of football to be played in this match yet. Both managers know it.
Gascoigne caught by the first challenge of the second half from Big Horst. Right under the nose of the referee. Celtic with 4 players booked in the first half, remember. Big Horst not amongst them. Well, this rebuilt stadium, tremendous tribute to Celtic's ambition. Something they have been accused of lacking in the past. But money has been invested in the transfer market, bringing the likes of Di Canio here. More transfer talk in the evening paper in Glasgow tonight, involving Jonas Tern, the Swedish midfield player, who's now with Roma. Supposedly a target for Celtic. And their principal target to get back into this match, and Donnelly pressing the Swede that Rangers have. Joachim Björklund, Jockey Björklund, of course, as he's now known here.